Hi, I'm Nick Bolton, the founder of Animas Centre for Coaching. In this video, I want to explore a foundational concept in transformative coaching, and that is the phenomenological principle. Now, it's a horrible word to say, and I almost always get it wrong, but at its heart, it expresses something beautifully simple, and that is that coaching begins with the client's lived experience, not our interpretation of it, and not some idea of an objective truth. Most of us walk through life assuming that the way we see things is the way they are. We move through our days believing that our interpretations are facts. And so when someone tells us a story, whether it's a challenge, a dilemma, or a moment of confusion, we often and very naturally start making sense of it through our own filters, our own history, our own worldview. The phenomenological principle invites us to put all of that aside. It asks us to bracket our assumptions, to silence the part of ourselves that wants to diagnose, to label, or to make sense of something too quickly. Instead, it asks us to step directly into the client's lived experience, the way they feel it, how they think it is, not how we think it is, not how it appears on the surface, but how they are living it in their thoughts, their emotions, their body, their relationships, their context. Coaching becomes transformative when we stop trying to interpret the client from the outside and begin to understand them from the inside. This means that rather than assuming we know what a situation means, we get curious about it, what it feels like for them. And rather than seeking immediate interpretation, we invite deeper description. Description allows for their own unique and personal interpretation to reveal itself more fully. Rather than moving towards solutions, we stay with the richness of the client's experience, the subtleties, the contradictions, the nuances that reveal what's really happening for them right now. People rarely slow down enough to explore their experience in this way. Most people rush past it. They translate it into explanation. They tell the story they think they're supposed to tell or what they think it means. But when we, as coaches, invite them to stay with their experience, to describe it, to feel it, to explore it, new insights can begin to emerge. Alongside the principle of unknowing, the phenomenological principle also protects coaching from becoming directive. When we assume we know what a client's experience means, we subtly steer them. We pull them towards our interpretation. We shape the conversation without even realizing it. And in doing so, we move away from the client's reality and towards our own. But when we stay phenomenological, we relinquish the role of being a meaning maker. We let the client lead us into the heart of their world, not our interpretations. And we discover that their experience often contains layers and meanings that neither of us could have predicted at the outset. This approach also honors the individual nature of being human. Two people can experience the same situation and experience it completely differently. One person might feel energized, another overwhelmed. One might feel trapped, another liberated. The phenomenological stance says, both are valid, both are real. Let's explore your experience, not the experience we assume you should have, not what we think it should mean. Now, all of this connects deeply to the other transformative coaching principles. Phenomenology supports the unknowing principle, the willingness to not jump to conclusions. It strengthens the relational principle, because when we meet someone in their lived world, trust can deepen. It amplifies the emergent principle, because we're not imposing direction. And it feeds into the paradigmatic principle, helping clients discover the assumptions beneath their experience as they reveal them. At its core, the phenomenological principle is an act of profound respect. It says to the client, I want to understand your world as you live it, not as I imagine it. And in a culture where people are more often analysed, advised, or corrected than they are deeply heard, this can feel like a revelation in its own right. When clients experience this kind of attention, they begin to see themselves with greater clarity. Their internal world becomes more articulated, more coherent for them. And from that place, transformation doesn't need to be forced. It naturally arises from an increased awareness and a sense of alignment. So when we talk about phenomenology and coaching then, we're really talking about honouring the lived experience above the assumptions of fixed truth. We're asking, what is it like to be you in this moment, facing this issue, this opportunity, or this challenge? And it's in that invitation to name what's real for that person that transformative coaching can really get to the truth, to their experience, rather than an abstract truth or an assumed experience. The beauty of the phenomenological principle then is the deep respect it gives us for the individual's lived experience and how this can become the bedrock for change. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.